Hey guys, so today we're checking out the Navos OE style touchscreen navigation unit with the smartphone link, fitting all 2007 to 2013 Silverado 1500s. So if you have the older head unit in your Silverado and you're looking for an upgrade for your interior when it comes to functionality and creature comforts, this is definitely going to be it. Now this will be great if you're looking for a more affordable option when it comes to a large touchscreen display head unit and you're a fan of the factory style touchscreen style nav. Now the factory look will mesh incredibly well with your interior, and this will be a direct replacement for the standard head unit and will offer a plethora of different features that the factory one just does not have. Now on the topic of features, this will have a large 7-inch display with an LCD touchscreen, which will have a 1024 by 600 resolution, making it incredibly easy to read. And this will also include the navigation system with iGo Primo software preloaded, which will include North American maps. Now the iGo software will provide voice and visual turn-by-turn directions, while the map itself will have 3D and 2D modes depending on your personal preference. Now this also features a multimedia player via USB. You'll get a couple of cords over on the side here, and then this will also have an SD card reader, so you can really pick and choose which one you'd like to do for your multimedia. This also has an AM and FM RDS tuner with DSP noise making for really good sound. And if you use SiriusXM, this will be compatible with that when you use the SXV plug-and-play tuner. Now the tuner is not included in the kit, so if you do have SiriusXM, if you plan on using that, I would keep that in mind. Not to mention, this will have Parrot Bluetooth included that are Android and Apple compatible. And speaking of smartphones, this will also include Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto, and it will also be compatible with multiple different Apple products, including the iPod and the iPad. This will also be reverse and backup camera ready, so we'll include an input for that, and this will also retain your rear entertainment system. Now I would like to mention the adapter for that is not included, but it is offered for this system if you're looking to retain that feature if you have that inside of your truck. Not to mention, it will come with all of the cables that you need, including the main power cords and everything to make sure that the factory harness is synced up, and you'll also have RCA inputs and outputs for any additional auxiliary that you'd like to hook up to that. Overall, this will just offer a ton of benefits over the factory head unit, and is going to be a substantial upgrade if you're looking for a lot of convenience and comfort inside of your Silverado. Now, like I mentioned before, this will be on the more affordable side, coming in at roughly $900, and in my opinion, that's not bad when taking a look at some other options in the category as far as price is concerned. Now with this, you are getting a ton of those basic features, which will be good at this price point, but I really like the fact that it offers a number of different features. You're also going to get a really good resolution with this in comparison to some other choices. Not to mention, this will accept all of the factory features, which I really do like. Some other choices may not retain all of the factory features, and they may not have some features here, like the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So overall, I personally think if you're looking for that factory style look, you're not looking for something that goes too over the top, you're looking for something that meshes very well with the interior, but has a number of different features for those creature comforts inside of your Silverado, then this is gonna be a great choice. Install will be a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about 2 hours to get the job done with some basic hand tools. And one of our installers here is gonna walk you through that process step by step. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
Tools required for this install include a trim panel remover tool, a ratchet, a 7mm socket, and a rag. What's up guys? Today we're going to be installing a head unit in our Silverado, so let's get right to it. So our first step will be to remove this trim piece. So you can use a panel remover tool, but on this truck it's pretty easy just to get your hand back here and pop it out. So now with this trim panel popped out, we can remove our 4 electrical connectors. So now we can remove our 6 7mm screws. There's going to be 2 holding in the AC controls and 4 holding in the radio. Now we can let the AC control panel dangle and remove our next board. So now with our factory head unit uninstalled, we can start to get the wiring set up on our new one. So if you're using the factory navigation, you would use this harness, big connector on the end. Ours doesn't have that, so we're going to be using the smaller harness. And then we have our Sirius or satellite radio plugins. That's going to hook in to this leftmost port, and you just match up whatever's on your car already. And then if you have amps or subwoofers, you can use these connectors. And then if you want to run a backup camera, you can use this to connect an aftermarket one. Or if you have the navigation with the backup camera, you can use this harness. This yellow is going to connect into the brown here, and we'll be all set up. All right, so now that we have everything we're not going to use out of the way, we're left with our main harness, our micro SD, our mic, our GPS antenna, radio antenna, our USBs, and our phone connector. All right, so now we can take our harness, plug that in. Take our GPS antenna, and it's going to be the darker blue. The plugins are color coordinated for you. Take a radio antenna, our mic, and then coming out of our radio we have our USB connectors. So one of them is going to be labeled with the iLink Pro, which is what you're going to be using to connect your phone. So we'll just match it up to the corresponding iLink. Plug that in. And then our other USB will be an auxiliary you can use to charge your phone or charge anything you need to. And then our micro SD, we can turn our radio around. And then we have the navigation port. Insert that and then push until we hear a click. And then now we're ready to get this installed in the truck. All right, so now we can install our head unit. So our first step is going to be to fish our USB up through here and into the back of our radio. So there's a little gap down here that we can fish up through, and we can just keep pushing it until it bunches up, and then we can grab it from the top. And now next we can mount our microphone. So for our mic, we have our little mount right here. That'll just clip into this. And then we can fish our wire. And then we can go ahead and tie up the excess when we have it in a place we like, and then we can install our radio. So now we can reinstall our USB and our microphone cable. Then we can connect our radio antenna. and our 2 electrical connectors. So now our last step before install is going to be just to mount this GPS receiver right on top like that. And then we can push our wires back and get this installed. And we can reinstall our 4 7mm screws. And now we can reinstall our AC controls. And now we can reinstall our trim piece and connect our electrical connectors. And just like that, this install is complete.
So that's going to wrap it up for my review and the install of the Navos OE style touchscreen navigation unit with the smartphone link, fitting all 2007 to 13 Silverado 1500s. For more videos and products just like this, remember to always keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.